All right. Test. Audio. I don't know why people do this and say audio. Hey folks, this is Shane. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. About 6 months ago, I purchased this antenna from PackTenna. It's their linked infid half wave. And right away, I thought it was pretty impressive. And over the past 6 months, I've used it quite a bit. And in fact, I like it so much, I bought a second one for a kit that I'm putting together. Let's go over how I like this thing so far, the pros and cons of it, how I got it set up, how it comes, all that kind of stuff. So stick around and we'll get right to it. I've been using PackTenna antennas since I got into portable amateur radio. And if you watch my channel, you'll see that I use their products quite a bit. A favorite of mine has been their 20-meter infid half wave. Well, a while ago they came out with this linked infid half wave. So obviously I had to give it a go. It's basically their 20-meter infid half wave, but instead of just the loose, or just... I suck! So what it is basically the standard 20-meter infid half wave antenna from PackTenna, but with the end having a banana plug style connector on it. And then you get a second length of wire with the banana plug connector on it. So how it works is you connect the two ends together, and now with this extra length of wire, you have a 40-meter infid half wave. That's also resonant on 20 meters, 15 meters, and 10 meters. Now the first question you might have is, why have the disconnect? Why don't you just have the antenna at 40 meters and you don't have to worry about or have to deal with these connecting together? And I don't know George from PackTenna's true design intent on this, but what makes sense to me is a lot of times especially on a Summits on the Air activation and occasionally on a Parks on the Air activation, you don't have the real estate available to put out a 40-meter infid half wave, so you're just going to go with the 20-meter infid half wave. So a lot of times you can go out and just activate on 20 meters. 20 meters is a very popular band for Summits on the Air, Parks on the Air. It's generally working pretty good all the time, even in the lower ends of the solar cycle. So having the shorter wire, less wire to deal with when hanging up, it could be an advantage. So I think that's the logic behind that. So like I said, I've been using this thing for 6 months now with pretty good success. I've activated parks on 40 meters, 20 meters. I've tried it out on 15 meters. Never had a need to use a tuner. Everything was always 2-to-1 or better, usually better. Made contacts all across the United States, including Alaska, and some DX into Europe and stuff, so it works. As you can see, the matching unit is part of the wire winder, and everything is just compact, lightweight. It's just a joy to work with. It's a well thought out design, and I think it's well worth the price of admission to play with the PackTenna antenna. The one I've been using the most, you see here, this one I keep in my roll-up bag for general portable radio use. I bought the second one to be a full-time setup for my Yaesu FT818 kit that I've got put together for Summits on the Air. Now, experimenting with this bad boy, this is how I found that it works best for me as far as storing it and deploying it. On one side of the winder, I have the 20-meter portion of it, and then on the other side, I have the extension to get you to 10 through 40. And I leave it unplugged, and I got a little strap of double-sided Velcro tape to hold it all together. So in places where I have enough room to put out the whole kit, I plug it together and unwind it, put it up on the mast or what have you. And on cases where I don't, I keep it unplugged, reel out the 20-meter portion, and then resecure this little strap of Velcro to keep everything nice and tight. So while this thing's hanging on the mast and everything, the unused wire is still there, stored away nice and tight out of the way. So this way it keeps up minimal space in my packs versus carrying it the way it's been designed on 2 separate winders. So that's the infid half-wave linked antenna from PackTenna. Again, like I keep saying, huge fan of PackTenna. The stuff is great. I think it's worth the price. Yes, you could build something way cheaper, but I couldn't build this quality compact product that would work. So for my build skills, I buy. One thing that I may do different on this, a little mod, this is the antenna that I broke on a POTA activation. No fault to the antenna, it was me jerking around. Close to the base of the antenna, I broke the wire, and all I did was just splice it back together. But I'm thinking I should replace that splice with banana plug connections, just like we have for the extension. That way, I can take this 20-meter portion off, then I can cut another length of wire for, say, 17 meters and use the same antenna. So that way I could go out on the field with my 10 through 40 kit on this winder all ready to go. And then on the additional winder that was set with me, I can have a 17-meter wire in case I want to go where there's no contests or what have you. So that's just a thought. So that's about it. If you'd like some more information, if you look down in the description, you'll see where I say for more details, follow this link. Follow that link. It goes to a blog site that I have on Buy Me a Coffee. Yes, it's Buy Me a Coffee, but you don't have to. I can afford my own coffee. I just use it because it's a convenient place. There you will find links to where you can pick this up, more pictures of this thing, and more general ramblings from me about how I like it, blah, 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 all that other stuff. And then over here, no, over here, or up there, I don't know, wherever the end plate comes across, you will see the video of my first impressions of this that I recorded about 6 months ago, and then some other random video below that. So with that, I'll say 73s, and I'll catch you on the next one.